from Guinea, that's a country in West Africa, and I've been in the United States for almost 8 years now. I came to the United States because my dad wanted me to study here, and that's been the goal ever since I was in high school. And I have one big sister and one big brother who also studied at the University of Delaware. So that's mainly why I came to the United States to study. And what do I miss about home? Social life and people, just the way you are with people. Home is just not the same here. You're always with people and you never get annoyed. So yeah, that's one of the things I miss from home. So some of the positives of living in America is that you can get good education. You also have access to more opportunities career-wise. Also, you have access to excellent healthcare, which is not necessarily the case in my country. For example, we have very poor healthcare infrastructure, and it can be quite difficult to have like high quality healthcare there. Some of the negatives, I'm not sure. I guess that's a good thing. But maybe junk food. There is too much junk food in America.
Sure.
I work at a company called CAI. It's computer aid, and we do IT services. Honestly, I did take that job just because it was closer to my home.
Excellent.
And I think I have adapted mostly well, but the challenges that I had in the beginning was obviously the language barrier. I had to learn English. I had to take ESL classes, and I think my English is better now, so people understand me more. But before it was tough because the pronunciation can be a little bit tricky. But I think I got over that. Okay, so one of my favorite verse in the Quran comes from chapter 109, I believe, and it's called Al-Kafirun, which is the disbeliever. And the context of the chapter was that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was in Mecca, and basically, so the Muslims were persecuted in Mecca and they were in minority, but Islam was gaining territory. And one of the chief of the disbelievers, the people, the non-Muslim people there, came to Prophet Muhammad and asked him to do kind of a pact. I would worship your God for 1 year, and then you would worship my God for 1 year. And it's in that context that God sent that chapter to kind of explain that as if you want to follow your religion, you can follow your religion, and mine also. I have my religion. You don't have to be part of my religion. You don't have to believe in what I believe in, but you can do whatever you want, but just leave me alone with how I worship and whom I worship. So it says lakum dininkum waliya din, to you your religion and to me my religion. And the reason why I like this verse is because in the Quran we usually recite, so it's like you kinda, it's not singing but reciting in a poetic manner, and I really like how it sounds. So my favorite story about Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, I am not sure if it's from a hadith that's really like a reference, but it is said that one day he was passing by and he saw someone actually doing something. I can't recall what the person was doing, but he was doing something, and he told the person, "Oh, I think you should do this that way." And the person took it for for something obvious and true, so he did it. And the prophet actually went his way. And on his way back, the guy was not able to achieve whatever he was trying to do because what the prophet told him to do, he wasn't able to do it that way. And he said, "Oh, prophet, but what you said, it didn't work." And the prophet said, "Well, I didn't say that was, like it was what would make it work. It was just a suggestion, and it could not work." And he was like, "But you're the prophet." And he said that, "Yeah, I'm the prophet, but that does not mean I don't make mistakes." And I really like that story about him because I think it's funny and it tells a lot about the kind of prophet he was. He was just a human being, and since he was just a human being, he makes mistakes, and it's just the example we have to follow. What I want Americans to know about Islam and Muslim Americans is maybe to know more. So I live in here for 8 years. I know that there are a lot of misconceptions, and sometimes that I witnessed that firsthand, because so seeing me just like that, you won't tell I'm a Muslim, because Muslims are females are pictured with the hijab and all, but that does not affect my faith. I strongly believe in Islam, and I would say I'm a good Muslim. So maybe to know more about Islam and try not to stereotype it, and try to do some research for yourself and to know more about all the varieties of Muslims, and to just know more about it. As far as my future in America, I just hope that I achieve whatever goals I have set for myself. So going to grad school, gaining some experience, and hopefully go back home. That is my goal, actually, go back home and work there. As far as the future of Islam in America, I hope that one day we will be at a point where Muslims will not be stereotyped just the way I think they are right now, and that people will know more about Islam. So I am Kaisa Silla. I am Guinean. I live in America. I am Muslim. I do not wear hijab, and I am a good immigrant.